Brendan, how disappointing was that tonight?
Yeah, very frustrating. We started the game well, I felt, first 20 minutes. And then once we conceded the first goal, I felt that Braga were better than us. We started to chase the ball a little bit and they were able to play through because of the system. So we didn't finish the second half how we would have wanted. I felt we needed to change it at half-time, so we changed the structure of the team, come out on the front foot really well, had opportunities, and I don't know why the goal wasn't given. It's a real pivotal point in the game. We get the goal at one each, and then that breeds the confidence again. And so I don't know why, and I haven't had an explanation as to why it wasn't given. So, but we continued to press, and the keeper's made a couple of great saves. We couldn't quite get the goal, and of course, at 1-0 when you're chasing, we then concede a disappointing second goal. So, so very frustrating.
How frustrating is it with the decision that you are speaking about there? Kelechi Iheanacho looks to have equalised for Celtic, but upon second viewing, it doesn't look as though the ball has touched Kelechi's arm. Would you agree with that?
100%, and I can't understand why the referee isn't asked to go and have a look at it. I think if you're looking at that, even if you look at it once, twice, and I'm assuming the guys in the VAR will have watched it more than that because of the time it took. But there's absolutely no way from every angle you look at that he's touched it. So it's hit his face. He's gone away and finished it really, really well. And that's a big moment in the game for us.
You said you haven't been given an explanation, Brendan, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Have you sought one? Have you tried to speak to the ref?
Yeah, well, no, not as of yet, no.
I mean, the referee clearly gives the decision, so do you think it's maybe the case that VAR, like, they can't see conclusively? Is trying to reach some sort of rational explanation for what I think most people seems quite bizarre? Yeah,
well, I think clearly that is what the assumption is, that it's not conclusive, but I think it's very clear if you watch it. It's a mistake by the referee, and that is why we have the VAR to overcome that. So I've just watched Aberdeen score a penalty, clear handball. Referee's asked to go and have a look, gives the penalty, and they go 1-0 up. So for us, it was a big moment in the game. We'd started the half well, and in fairness to the players, they continued to push, get into some really good areas, but just a mixture of them making good blocks, us not making the finish, left us frustrated.
Kasper Schmeichel's been such a big player for you since he's come to the club. Is he, I don't know, has he said anything in the change room? Looks like he probably should have done better with the opener.
Yeah, I haven't spoke to him. I think from looking at it, looks like the ball is moving. Of course, he probably will be disappointed with it, but yeah, it looks like it's a good strike by the player, and it's obviously moved a little bit. So, but I haven't spoke to Kasper on it.
Just more generally, Brendan, it's
yes.
Another game where fans are bemoaning a lack of creativity, and despite Iheanacho's goal being chopped off, a lack of goals in the squad. Your message to them, and is that a concern that we know what hasn't happened in the transfer window? Is this the club's chickens coming home to roost in that regard?
Well, listen, whatever it is, I need to find the solution to it. Because, like I said, there's been too many games now where we haven't scored from a team that was, last year we scored the most goals in the last 54 years of the club's history. So we're just in a spell now, and it's my responsibility. I need to somehow find the solutions to that, because, like I said, we haven't been scoring. We've got into some good areas, and their keeper's made some good saves, but we still need to be more aggressive in our attacking play.
Is that do you put that down to being a spell, or is it the lack of tools that you have at your disposal?
Again, it doesn't really matter what it is, because nothing's going to change in that aspect until at least January. So I need to find the answers to that.
Just an overview on 2 games, 1 point so far. There is plenty to go, but is there a sort of appreciation that you need to kick on in this competition now and start picking up a lot more points?
Well, the next game, we need to win that. That's what's important now. we obviously pick ourselves up. We got a league, very, very important league game here on Sunday, and then as you say, I think the next round here at home, it's a big game for us, and if we're going to push on in the group, we would have to win that.
And just a word, you called for fan unity before the game. We saw that being the case. We know the club's reached out to fans. Do you hope we're now coming to the end of this back and forth between supporters and board?
Well, I think engagement's important. So I think that was great. I thought the support we got tonight was great. It's an early kick-off. It's a real challenge for a lot of supporters to get here, in time for the game. But they did get here and gave us great support throughout the evening. So yeah, I think I mentioned it the other day. I think I can only hope that we can find the solution and like I say, move forward.
Brendan, just to touch on what Ronnie was saying in terms of the lack of goals, but particularly in the first half, it was a lack of chances created as well. Is that something that you're mindful of and you're trying to work on in Lennoxtown?
Yeah, listen, the baseline philosophy that I've always had is to have a really attacking, creative team that plays at speed, with high ball speed and lots of creativity. So that's something that, of course, we're always searching for. So yeah, we need to get to that point again, and like I said, we have to push in training, and we have to analyse the games and where we can be better. And like I say, it's constant work.
Just a quick word on Seb Tenecti, another great performance, probably the bright spark of the team tonight, would you say?
Yeah, I thought he'd done very well. He was a real problem for them in the first half. We sort of second half we had him more pressing on the inside and then getting out for the 1v1s. But yeah, he's a really dynamic player, and he settled into the team really, really well. And he was unfortunate not to score. I thought the keeper made a brilliant save. So yeah, I thought he'd done very well.
Hi, Brendan.
Okay,
Sorry,
Michael.
just to get back to the kind of the decision of the actual goal. We've seen lots of contentious decisions with kind of since VAR came in. Is that up there with the worst that you've seen, given the context of when it was and then in the game itself, the way the game has switched at that point?
Yeah, I think the whole nature of VAR is supposedly to help and support the officials on the field. And I think when it happened, I didn't think it was a handball, but it's only really when you see and get clarity on the images that there's absolutely, it doesn't even go, with the greatest respect, even near to it. It's clearly come up, and whether it's in real time or slowed down, it's hit his face and he's away. And that's for me what VAR is about, to correct the wrong decision. So yeah, so it's a wee bit baffling that he wasn't even asked to come over and look at the screen.
Also, just going back to Casper as well, there was a few kind of moments with these distribution rooms a little bit off tonight as well. Is that a kind of growing concern this season in terms of his position, or is that just like a lot maybe guys have maybe out of form, or how do you see that now?
Yeah, listen, I think the rhythm in the team isn't quite there, of course, and then, I think what is important, if you make a mistake in the game, which all players can do, that you don't follow that up with another 2 or 3. So, but Casper's made some great saves for us. I think, yeah, there'll be a couple of ones that we'll analyse with him and look to correct. But yeah, it's where we're at. He's a fantastic goalkeeper and has been since he's come in.
Just on Colby coming off at the break tonight, was that a tactical decision, or was that to do with his performance?
No, just purely tactical. I think the young boy's been great since he's come into the team. I wanted to go to a back 3 and bring the sort of wing back into midfield to give us that box to match their 4v4. So now I thought he'd come in, and of course, yeah, he's lost the ball a couple of times, but big personality, kept playing. It was more a tactical change just to give the team a different structure.
Is that system something you could look to implement going forward in games?
Yeah. I've done it when I was first here. I've never had to change the structure so much since I've been here, purely because we're having the ball a lot, we're dominating a lot. But there's no doubt, when the game needs it, or then it's something clearly that I've always done, that the style will always be the same. We always want to play and attack the game, but the structure can change. And I thought second half it worked for us to a certain extent, and the players obviously were flexible enough to do that, and we may look at that again.
Just more generally, about 8 months ago, that night in Munich, you were so excited at that, the prospect of Celtic doing well in the Champions League. How frustrating is it now, 8 months down the line, to be sitting here with 1 point from 2 Europa League matches?
Clearly is, but we can't look back. That's especially in my position. It's something that I don't want to turn this into a whole sort of ball of frustration. I have to remain focused on the players that we do have, try to maximise what I can get from the team, and that's my only focus really.